Hi, I'm Tristan, and this is Thinking About Politics. So today, I've decided to make something of a controversial video because I am coming out as pro-life. Now, hey, before you congratulate me and before you pull out your pitchforks, you might want to make it to the end of the video. And if you like what I'm saying, go ahead and give a like, share, and subscribe. See, the fact of the matter is, if I see two people standing around debating as a philosophical matter, divorced from any other political issue, whether life or choice is more important, I have to come down on the side of life. Without life, there is no choice. Life without choice is not really worth living. But the fact of the matter is that to have that choice in the first place, you need life. And when we read the Declaration of Independence, it goes in this order: life, liberty, then the pursuit of happiness. So I think there's a strong argument for saying that, you know what, we need to guide our politics towards an ethos of pro-life, being pro-living things. Now, what does that mean? Well, politically speaking, what pro-life would mean to me would be making those decisions and policies backed by evidence that are calculated to extend the quality of life, protect life, enhance life. Those policy decisions that put people at risk, take away life, or end lives without cause, those are the policies we have to be against. And with that in mind, I think every person who thinks about the pro-life position would agree that abortion restrictions kill women. So how can you be pro-life and pro-abortion restrictions? What about the women you end up hurting? At the end of the day, whether or not someone should get an abortion is really a deep, personal, philosophical question. And I'll be damned if the U.S. government or any state government has anywhere near the wisdom to be making that choice for other people. Look, it is silly for me to sit here and tell you I know when life begins. I really don't know. But I am going to tell you this. The woman who is pregnant is alive. I know that. I definitely know that. So if there are policies in place that make her life more difficult and put her life at risk without good reason, that's a problem. So let's talk about abortion restrictions. Because abortion restrictions are not about keeping women safe. They are not about keeping families healthy. They're not even really about being pro-life. They don't care about the life of the woman at all. They just care about making that woman come to term. And a lot of the times, it's because of some moral judgment. Because, I think people sort of look at the baby as like, oh, well, you should have not had sex then. And that's kind of silly. There's no, sense in that. And I mean it. Abortion restrictions put women's lives at risk needlessly. Today, I'm going to pull open a study that appeared in The Lancet. It was published September 27th, 2017. And this is a study of abortion safety from 2010 to 2014, looking across the globe. This was a study undertaken by the World Health Organization and the Guttmacher Institute. Both pretty revered institutions when it comes to international health concerns and sexual and reproductive health, respectively. And the Lancet itself is a pretty solid source. I will drop a link in the description. You can take a look for yourself. So this study breaks abortions up into three big categories: safe abortions, less safe abortions, and least safe abortions. You can read the study if you want to go more into how the study classified these three different groups. The big takeaway I took from the three groups is this: there's an association between higher rates of the least safe abortions and fatality rates. Now, the study's careful. Correlation is not causation, but there is this association between these least safe abortions and higher death rates. Now, check out this chart. In North America, 99% of abortions are safe abortions. That's something we should be tremendously proud of here. There are only about 11,200 less safe abortions, and you get a little T marker for the least safe abortions. What that T means is that estimated numbers are fewer than 200. So we have a very low rate of least safe abortions here in North America. That's great. That's something that's really only seen in Western and Northern Europe as well. Check out some of these other places. Look at the high rates of least safe abortions in South America, Central America. Only about 1 in 4 abortions in Latin America is safe. Look at Eastern Africa with over 1 million. This is not something we want to replicate. Now, not all of these least safe abortions are caused by restrictive laws. Sometimes it's just a matter of health infrastructure. But as the study itself shows, there's a positive association between safe abortions and less restrictive laws. Such laws might promote enabling an environment for trained providers to improve access to safe methods. The highest proportion of safe abortions were seen in developed countries with less restrictive laws, suggesting that both the legal grounds and overall development of a country have a part in abortion safety. And I know that there are people who truly do have a conviction that the child is alive, in utero. But here's the thing. If your goal is for fewer abortions, well, I got good news for you. Research shows that the subregions with the highest proportions of safe abortions, Europe and North America, also showed the lowest incidence of abortion. Most countries in these two subregions have less restrictive laws on abortion, high contraceptive use, high economic development, high levels of gender equality, and well-developed health infrastructures, suggesting that the achievement of both low incidence of abortion and high safety in such contexts is possible. So if you want fewer abortions, we know what the answer is. It is making abortions safe and available, making contraceptives widely available, breaking down the stigma about sexual health, increasing gender equality. These are all the ways you limit the number of abortions. So if you're still telling me you want an abortion restriction because, the babies, well, no. The data bears this out. You are wrong. If you really cared about them babies, you would be over here with me. Our results suggested that the subregions with the highest proportions of least safe abortions also had the highest case fatality rates. The findings may be due to more serious complications arising from least safe abortions and poor health infrastructure to treat complications when they occur. Multifaceted interventions addressing legal, policy, and health system barriers, health worker shortages, provider attitudes, gender inequality, and abortion stigma are needed. So, let's review. If you call yourself pro-life because you care about the sanctity of human life, well, the studies show that countries with the least restrictive abortion laws have the highest incidence of safe abortions. Countries with the highest incidence of least safe abortions have higher fatality rates for women. So, if you call yourself pro-life, you will save lives by striking down abortion restrictions. And if despite all of this you still call yourself pro-life, but you want to restrict abortions, you are not pro-life. You're pro-making women come to term. But you are not pro-life. You are taking the exact opposite approach. You're making it worse. And those who call themselves pro-choice, keep up the good fight. You, people who are against these restrictions, people who are trying to save women's lives, you are pro-life. Take that label. Now. Anyway, I guess that's it for me. You've been great. I hope to see you again. But until next time,
I ain't got time
Thinkin.
to kiss you now. I'm busy with this mule.